So I'm originally from New York, and one of the things, a couple of New Yorkers here, okay. It's nice to see you all. So one of the things that I can always identify here is the New York drivers. They drive by you real fast, they cut you off, and then they wave at you with one finger. Now, the last time I went home to visit my mom, we were riding around in Brooklyn, and she kept telling me about all these Chinese schools they were opening up. And I was like, what are you talking about? So finally she points, and it's painted on the asphalt, Zing School. For those of you that didn't quite get that, that's a school crossing. Some of y'all still ain't laughing, it's all right, I understand, you were in her 4th grade class. Now what makes this really bad is my mom is a 4th grade teacher. What did you think they was doing in your school for the last 20 years? So being a teacher, she's introduced to a lot of new slang. She keeps hearing all these things. And the other day, a teacher walks in and she starts talking, and the teacher says to her, "Bye, Felicia." My mom turned around and said, "That's not my name." Now she feels like she should incorporate this into her everyday conversation. See, you already understand. This is going to go wrong. So I'm on the phone talking to her, and she says to me, "Bye, girl, Felicia." No, that's not how that works, mother. But I love my mom, so I decided I was going to try to be a little bit like her, and I decided to try out substitute teaching. What I found out is I don't like kids. They sticky. They always want to touch you. They breathe. Now, I picked up a substitute job for a 4th grade band class. I was like, this can't be that bad. We're going to go in there, tell the kids to get their instruments. And the little girl comes in and she was like, "I'm not finna do that." She not talking to us, is she? "Little girl, get your instrument." So she flips her hair and she walks off. She goes in the room, gets her instrument, and she comes back with an attitude. I said, "All right, everybody, we're going to practice the song." And she flipped me off. "Little girl, where are you from?" "New York." "Oh, I drove past your daddy on the way here. We know who you belong to." Now, before I go, I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. I love my mom, so I took her on vacation. We went on a cruise. And they have these game shows. They had a little scavenger hunt, right? So the host asked for a woman not wearing her bra, holding it up, to bring it to the front. So in my infinite wisdom, I ran down to the front, threw my bra up in the air. He snatched it out of my hand. I said, "Oh, this was a bad life choice." So I said, "You know what? I really don't need it that bad." And I go back to my seat. So at the end, he says, "To the young lady who is not currently wearing a bra, please come back to the front." So I show up at the front, and he's like, "When the beat drops, you're going to know exactly what to do. Crisscross and make you jump, jump." Now, I'm rather well endowed, and when I'm not wearing a bra, I got hit in the face, and he said, "Please stop jumping. We don't have insurance for that." So he says to me, "How badly do you really want your bra back?" "Well, you know what, sir? I don't really need it. I'm going to go head out without it." He said, "That's not how this works." And he takes off running. And as he gets halfway down the aisle, he starts to come to a halt. And he's like, "Your bra was so big that it was a parachute. I couldn't even get full speed." You know what, sir? This is not that funny. So for the next day on the ship, I try to avoid everybody. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want my mom to find out about this. I'm just trying to lay low. So we get to dinner, and the people at the table are having this conversation about this young lady who was at the scavenger hunt without her bra. And I'm like, "Could y'all shut up? My mom is right here. She doesn't know it was me." The host comes over to the table, and he starts talking about it. And he says, "It was a great show. We really enjoyed you." And my mom was like, "How do you remember me from the last cruise?" Anyway, guys, thank you so much. That's my time.